What's up, everybody? They say this to refugetemplenabi back again. Alright? And this is going to be a doozy. Now, you see the title, the agents that they are using to destroy the work of Afro icons aren't the white racists, or not white people, it's BAW. And they're doing it from inside their feelings. Now, these three women right here, they were paid by SELLOUTS. But do y'all really understand how they got started? Do you know how these women got started? In Ferguson, when Michael Brown was unalived by the police officer, the neighborhood itself, led by young men, took to the protest. And the young men were not afraid of the police. The young men started to massively outnumber the police. The young men, as kind of a strong army, decided that no, we're not going to tear up our community. We're going after their community. And as soon as they torched the CVS store, these women arrived on the scene, and the women came in and took over in order to pacify the young men so that these targeted things against Afro males can continue without a fight back. These were the very women that saying, oh, let's not meet violence with violence. When they kill one, when they unalive one of y'all, let's march peacefully. The young men then realized that they were in a war. And they realized that they were tired of being unalive, especially when they're unarmed. Everybody understands that if you're an Afro man and you go at the police, everybody but BAWs, but if you're an Afro man, you shoot at the police, they got the right to, fire back. We understand that. But unarmed men, no. They were tired. These women came in to pacify that movement. These are the same, and the women that pacified that movement say, oh, don't fight back. Those are the same women that now want protection from and wonder where everybody was in Buffalo and why nobody will go after the man in Buffalo. But what's the difference? The difference in Buffalo, and the reason why the black woman wants people to now sacrifice their lives and go to war with these people, because now they are losing lives. You know that most of the people that lost their life in Buffalo were black females. The irony is the security guard was working on a project, and that's another story. He got his truck to run off of water. That's another story. Alright? But now, even the thugs are waking up. Even the thugs are waking up. Now, before I move on, let me remind you to like, share, subscribe, and pay attention. Alright? These clips are going to be alarming. But this first one, like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell, don't forget. My PayPal and Cash App is also in the description box, along with the research documents and links to all the things that's been going on in the Afro community for you brothers that really, when I speak about these facts, these figures, these stats, they're going to be in the description box of most of the videos. All right. Now, with that said, even the thugs are waking up and they're saying, oh, no, this cannot go on like this. And they're speaking up, right? And one of the things I want you to see is how the BAW have decided that they're going to assassinate the character of Martin Luther King. And now, y'all watch that clip carefully too. But first, I'm gonna show you the thugs are even waking up. All right, pay attention to this.
So y'all mad at the white people that's making jokes about the Buffalo shooting situation, but y'all the same people that was making jokes about Kevin Samuels and Christian Toby being unalived? Where are all my voodoo women that they claim they put a spell on Kevin? Why don't y'all put a spell on this mass shooter? Well, your spell don't work on terrorists. They only work on black men. Y'all make jokes about black men being unalived. Y'all kind of told society it was okay for them to make jokes about black people being unalived. Look at the curse you caused. Thank you, toxic women. And you self ain't off the hook. Y'all still making videos about Kevin and Christian right now just to avoid what's really going on in Buffalo because y'all scared to fight the real fight. So y'all just rather sit back and just continue simping for women that ain't gonna never be with you anyway. Cowards. It ain't funny now, y'all can't take it. They sitting back sipping on black people's tears. Maybe he'll walk the case like Courtney Taylor.
Sitting back sipping on black people's tears. See, those young men in Michigan, they were tired, but then they were pacified. All the rest of the men that got tired, they brought in the women, the black woman, to pacify them. Brought in their moms to pacify them. Alright? And now, things are getting really bad and worse. Pay attention. When I say really bad and worse, men do not. Kevin Samuels did one thing. We all had a problem with some of the things, the stealing of stuff, to not giving credit to other people when he took their stuff. Alright, but when he died, brothers was like over it because that was small. That was a small thing. You see what I'm saying? So it was a small thing, but even in our complaints, we understood that, oh, he was doing one thing in a way that was different from the rest of us, and we respected that. So we had a problem with some things, but we respected what he was able to do. And that was to get people to see the true character of the BAW. Alright? So when I say pacify, they get them to pacify, but they also get these women to destroy the character and the legacy of Afro men. No other race of woman does this to their men of legacy, the men that created a legacy. This is who they get to destroy or diminish the sacrifices and the legacy of men like Medgar Evers, Stokely Carmichael, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, and in this case, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And here's the thing, the legacy is that we get to argue whose approach was better for the community, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X. We argue as men what was better. We argue as men in their legacies the ideology. And we disagree on that. But what we don't disagree on is the sacrifices these men made for their ideology. We disagree with the ideology, think that one could have been better than the other, whatever, but we don't do that. Right? We still acknowledge their legacy, and we acknowledge they gave us something to which we can argue over. Think about, it raises a thought. Which was the best way? Malcolm's way or Martin's way? A lot of people like me side with Malcolm's direction because we have the vision of hindsight 2020. Knowing what the FBI really was doing. But these women here, their goal is to utterly destroy the legacy of Afro male icons. And this is why we say, save yourself, black men. SYSBM. And we are saving ourselves from them. Now pay attention to this. This may be alarming to some, and this may make some sick to their stomach, but pay attention.
What's more important, the fact that Martin Luther King is the man that fought for freedom, or the fact that he was cheating on his wife? Jesus.
Now, I want y'all to understand this. That was not a fact. Now that Coretta Scott King said that, no, he wasn't cheating. And when you really think about it, with all the stuff he was doing, all the time he spent in jail, when would he have time to? And keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. One of the things that Martin Luther King had to be protected from were black women coming up to him. And I'm going to keep this real. Remember, everyone, I did this video a while back. Remember that there was this assassination attempt that was almost successful, and it was a black woman. A black woman stabbed him and came just a little bit from his heart. The first assassination attempt on Martin Luther King was a black woman. So needless to say, yeah, this kind of makes sense, hindsight 2020. And a lot of us didn't know until recently, some of the people didn't know until I put that video up, that the first assassination attempt on Martin Luther King was a black woman. Alright? Now, listen to this woman's breakdown and just really how unforgivable what these women are doing is.
I'm gonna give you this example. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a great CEO. He's an entrepreneur. He's such a boss. He's a boss.
Alright? Look at the disgust on her face right now. That someone would lift up this man who put his life on the line so that they can come on so that they can make this platform and trash him. If it wasn't for this man, they probably wouldn't have this platform.
He's a boss. He's a great father. Look at him. Strong black man. Look at him.
Now, notice how they take the strengths and now they're going to trash the strengths. This is a political tactic where the white system, they did this on John Kerry. They took the fact that he was a medal awarded, I forget, but it's the boat. He was the medal awarded captain of the most dangerous job you could have done in Vietnam. And they took that strength It should have been a strength, and turned it against him into a weakness. Something that no one else would do. He was a swift boat captain. He was a swift boat captain. And they turned that and turned it against him. All right, understand this. And this is the same tactic these women are using against Martin Luther King. Or any Afro man that's a decent man, whose deed they cannot control. See, I kept telling you, these women don't want a good man. They want someone they can control. And even if they ain't giving you any, they don't expect you to get it from anywhere else. Because you're on a plantation when you are with them. And this is evidence of that. Look at how they're trying to rip this man apart.
Being at his kid's game.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. But he's great.
Listen to this. Listen to this. But they don't know.
Other aspects. How are you a great leader? A great CEO?
How are you a great leader? Now, understand that these women don't sacrifice anything. These women that are trashing the legacy of Martin Luther King don't sacrifice anything. As a matter of fact, they are getting all over, they are riding the backs of the assassination, the sacrifices of men, all the way up to trashing them.
A great black man. You're not great.
Understand this. This man, Martin Luther King, is not great because they believed he laid pipe. Now, even if it was true, this man is seen great around the world. The only people that don't see this man, Martin Luther King, as a great man, or that don't see that Afro men are good, are black American women. And this is sad. This is why there is no saving the Afro community. This is why, if you're a brother, it's time for you to get your passport and find a decent woman somewhere else and recreate. There's no saving the black community, but find a good woman somewhere else and recreate the Afro community. A community that is different from the crap that they've created and to destroy. They created this community to destroy it. Think about it. Look at how they're destroying the icons. No, we don't need women like those in our presence.
You're not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
It is triggering. It is triggering.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father and you don't respect their...
All right. Now, look at the disrespect that she has. And she probably don't have a man.
Mother, you're not a great dad, my nigga.
Look at that. These are the disrespect, all right, and hood trash like talk, right? So these are the same women claiming they want a high value man that they don't. They just want someone whose money they can spend.
Okay. You're okay human.
Someone being a good person to you means they're a good person to you. Someone being a good person to everyone means that they're a good person.
What BS? What BS? Another level of disrespect. This woman here took all that money, bought a bunch of mansions. Not only did they buy a bunch of mansions, But they gave money to, she gave money to her boyfriend, her brother. People donated all this money to this organization, and they did nothing but to tear down the legacy that men, remember, this is led by women, right? That men built up trying to do good for the community as a whole. I keep saying it before. I've said it before, that these women think of themselves only. Period. And a lot of people got bamboozled. I wasn't one of them people because I was preaching who they really were from the beginning. They were against the nuclear family. They were against Afro male leadership. But now everybody wants the men that they were against meeting to protect them, to sacrifice their lives for them. No, it's over. It's the judgment of Yah coming down. They took the death of this man, and many involved made money off of it. And then they wonder why Afro people have a problem with them. Period. It's over. No protection, no nothing. Now, I will say this. Men are saying it. The only people we're protecting are those who are immediately a part of our lives, like our mom, our sister, or our woman. But no other woman outside of that is worthy of protection. We're not driving, we're not coming in groups to protect none of them, because they're not a part of the community that we're trying to build. Remember, they don't need no man. They lead. They the backbone. Well, let's see how strong their backbone really is. It is really sad these women spent so much time to crap all over icons with whom without they would not be able to sit, lie on, and then try to destroy the legacy of, all in the name of depolicing. We call it the white racist system, because it's not white people really that we need to watch out for. It's the racist system that is using the black American woman against the entire Afro community, and we're seeing it in real time. They use them to pacify and then destroy, and then after that destroy our history and legacy. That's what you just saw. Leave a comment in the comment section and tell me I'm wrong if you believe I am. Because I can keep producing videos like this from out of their own mouths. When you look at Kevin Samuels, you can see videos from out of their own mouths. Tell me how we're wrong. I've been preaching this mess before Kevin Samuels, but what Kevin Samuels was able to do was show the stuff from out of their mouths on a daily basis. I was showing it periodically before him. But tell me we're wrong. With that said, I'm out.